Hey guys, my name is Sabrina, and usually I make pottery here on this channel, but today I made this instead, and I thought I would take you guys along for the ride and show you the process from start to finish on how I made this painting. I am not formally trained in painting, oil painting, acrylic painting, any sort of painting at all, but that will not stop me from trying anyways. One of my goals was to actually finish a painting because I am pretty okay at starting paintings and pretty not okay at finishing them. So this was kind of my challenge to myself. Additionally, I would like to point out that I bought a microphone, so please let me know if this sounds any better than it usually does. Please go back and watch every single video I've ever made and let me know how this audio compares. I also would like to say thank you so much for 2,000 subscribers. I have recently surpassed that number and I cannot explain to you how happy that makes me. I have said many times that YouTube is something that I always wanted to pursue, and it blows my mind every single day that there are people that actually want to, you know, listen to me ramble for anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. So thank you so much for being part of my pottery art world. I know that this video isn't pottery related at all, but you know, it's artistic, and I think that the future of this channel will definitely be involving more vast artistic endeavors. So anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling now. Thank you guys so much. I hope you're all doing absolutely amazing, and I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, you can leave a like down below, and you can also subscribe for more pottery related content and probably some more of this stuff too. But yeah, let's get into it. The first thing that I did was I did this sketch, which I'm super happy with. And then I tried to replicate it onto this piece of canvas board, whatever stuff, and that didn't really go quite as well. And I'm having a hard time figuring out like what makes this look so much better than that. But I also don't really think it matters since this is going to get covered in paint. But I think that's a pretty good guideline to go off of. I drew some grid lines just to help me place everything. And yeah, so now I have to go to work, but when I get back from work, we are going to be painting this bad boy up. So I lied. Really quickly before going to work, I just brushed over all of that with a really thin coat of the burnt umber paint, because I know you're supposed to do that, I guess. I don't really know, but it felt right, so we did that. Now I'm gonna go to work. I first went in with some of that burnt umber color, and I just kind of blacked out where all of the shadows were. I find that starting with the absolute darkest colors kind of helps figure out where all the lightest colors should go, because it kind of gives you that reference point of, you know, the nostril is this dark and this other part of the face is not quite as dark, and so it kind of helps you gauge that. But anyways, I have no idea what I'm doing. This is probably like the third oil painting I have ever really sat down and tried to do. The oil paints that I'm using are not anything fancy. I'm pretty sure half of them are like the Artist's Loft brand from Michaels, and then I have picked up a few of the, I believe, Winsor & Newton brand, and they seem to be a little bit nicer, but yeah, oil paints are not cheap at all. It was probably like 2 or 3 years ago that I felt the desire to learn how to do it, or at least try to learn how to do it. And it was quite the investment, and I don't really use them that often. And like I said, I always feel inspired to start paintings, but it's it's hard to actually sit down and finish it, and especially because, like with this piece, as you will definitely see and can already see right at this moment actually, that I'm painting the background pink and the shirt is yellow, but as you saw, that is not what happens in the end at all. And now it's blue and green because I didn't like it. Pretty much my mentality with this painting was that, you know, like I started with the face and I like painting the face and that's all great, and then the hair is something that I struggled a little bit more with. But I knew that it was important to kind of work on everything all at once if I could, and I don't think I did a perfect job of doing this, because I definitely finished a lot of the face and then I was like, okay, cool, let's do the hair and the shirt, and then it took me like a week and a half probably to think of what I wanted to do with the background, but I'm really happy with what I ended up going with, these kind of purpley clouds. I was trying to think of an idea that would kind of represent like my feelings and my thoughts during quarantine. You know, I put a little bit of thought into this self-portrait, believe it or not. You know, just kind of thinking about, like, you know, all of the uncertainty and the cloudiness that a lot of us are experiencing right now, and I'm definitely not exempt from that by any means. So I just kind of drew some clouds, and I'm just kind of looking all serious, like I am very known to do in the real world. And then I wanted to go in and kind of detail the shirt a little bit more. A lot of people that I showed this to before this point were like, oh my gosh, it looks great, which is a nice compliment, of course. But I was like, no, it's not done. Like, the shirt's not done, and I haven't even painted the ear yet, and like there's so much more I have to do. Just because, like, I made it a goal from the beginning of this painting that I really wanted to try, and I really wanted to execute an idea and see something from start to finish, even though like I had no idea what I was doing. So I don't know how you can execute an idea that you don't have, but somehow I did it, and this is it. But yeah, I really wanted to try and, you know, put as much effort into this as I could. So that's what I did. And yeah, after this point, it's mostly just working out the details. I did find that a lot of what I felt like I was doing was just messing the painting up, and I think that's a good example of the expression of, like, you know, less is more. And I do find myself facing that in my artwork a lot, of having to decide when something is done and not wanting to overwork something. And a lot of the paintings and art pieces I have done more seriously in the past, they do have that kind of like intentionally unfinished look to them, which I do enjoy, and I do think that it has a nice effect and a place in artwork, definitely. But I don't want to feel like I'm just using it so that I don't have to actually spend like another 3 hours actually finishing it. Speaking of which, I think this whole painting took me probably like 12 hours, I would say. I'm not sure exactly. I mean, the footage, like, there was so much footage. I had so much like recorded for this that what I had to do was, you know, my card would fill up and then I had to transfer all of it onto a flash drive because my computer doesn't have enough room for it because I have too much custom content for The Sims. And yeah, so then it was on like a flash drive, and then I would like edit it and you know, shrink it all down into like, you know, 5 minutes of 5 hours worth of video, and then I would be able to delete everything and, you know, make a little bit more room and then do that again. And so I did that like twice, and then there was a little bit of extra footage. So making this, I learned a little bit more about Sony Vegas, so that was nice. That is the editing program that I use, is Sony Vegas Pro 15, if anyone is wondering. And yeah, I don't really know how to use it, but I'm learning, and lately I've been more interested in learning the, you know, behind the scenes part of it and trying to put a little bit more effort into that part of my video. So, you know, hopefully you guys enjoy that. Definitely let me know. But anyways, yeah, so at the end, I'm mostly just working on the details, and you know I paint the ear, and the last thing I did was the lips, which I'm not really sure my thought process here. Like, looking back on it, that doesn't seem like a logical progression. Is like, cool, I'm gonna do the whole face except for the lips and the ear, and then I'm gonna do the hair, and then the shirt, and then the background, and then the ear, and then the lips. Like, I don't know. It's not that I have anything against painting ears or lips. In fact, I really enjoyed painting the ear. I thought it was a good time, and the lips were okay. I had like finished it and thought that I was done with it, and then I was looking at the lips, and I don't know, they just kind of made me feel like I looked ill, and that's definitely not the quarantine vibe I'm trying to portray. So I went ahead and made a few alterations, and then I finally felt like I was done. So that was good. And yeah, I had a really good time working on this painting, and I'm really proud of it. I think it looks like me. Like, looking at it next to me, it obviously doesn't look like an exact copy of me, but I think it looks like me. It captures my essence, and yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with it after this, because I don't really want to hang it up on my own wall, because that feels conceited. You know, like I already made a self-portrait and also recorded myself making it, so I feel like hanging it up on my own wall would be just kind of taking it to the next level. So I don't know, maybe I'll see if my mom wants it. But yeah, anyways, it was a good use of 12 hours of my life, and it definitely inspired me to do some more painting and see what else I can learn. And yeah, but I definitely want to paint a different face, because I'm tired of looking at mine. So yeah, we'll see about that. Isn't that crazy that 12 hours of my life has been conveniently shrunk down into approximately 12 minutes of yours? That's great. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I think it's pretty cool to see the whole process. But yeah, like I said, I learned a lot, and it was a good time. And yeah, if for any reason anyone wants to buy this, you can totally buy it. Just let me know. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.